Let me.
I'm almost
And
done
we
here.
are live. You can catch us on Rumble and YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will be right back with you, Howlers. Right back. Howls over Baz. I'm Jacob Casas.
I'm Rico Savage.
Hey, I'm Eddie Millis.
And today we have a very special guest. So I'm going to let him introduce himself to our guest. Tell him a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, yeah. My name's Alan Klingbeil. I am a actor, mixed martial artist, power slapper, and I'm also a cybersecurity professional with the Air Force. So, yeah.
Oh, it's good to have you on. So let's get into your power slap a little bit. So tell us a little bit about that. We haven't had anybody with the power slap on here yet. So give us a little insight on that.
I mean, what do you want to know? Like, I love everything about slaps. So any question you have, I'm ready to go.
I want you to slap Rico real quick.
Okay, let's go.
That's not happening.
How would you like that, Eddie?
I've watched it a couple times on. It's actually a full-on sport now, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
So when you do it, there's obviously there's rules, or like what are like some of the rules about it?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so there's like a really limited strike zone, so there's some skill involved because if you go past it, it's a foul, and especially if you knock somebody out, you could be DQ'd, which sucks. And they started including more severe penalties for that. Like, if you get
so you
DQ'd,
can't knock anybody out? You're not.
Oh no, you can knock them out.
Oh yeah, but
But
you're
how
not
you knock
supposed
them? How you knock them out though, right?
That's it. So you have to be in the strike zone. If you're too far out, it's a foul. Too high, a foul. You can't gouge any of the eyes or anything like that. You don't want to hit the bridge of the nose, and then obviously you don't want to go too low as well. So it's a very specific zone. Your hand's supposed to like almost come off the chin just slightly, but so that's kind of like a perfect slap, more or less.
So that sport is booming right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have never thought that sport would have like blown up the way it does.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, I would never want to stand there and take a smack from somebody. That like is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I've been watching a lot of stuff on it. A lot of streamers and stuff like that go to it. UFC owns it. Dana White's like pushing it like crazy.
Yeah.
So, but how did you get involved in that? Like, what was the beginning of how you even got involved?
Who says I want to get smacked for?
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. Like, so I was on my way to doing. I had done amateur mixed martial arts, right? So. I had won 3, lost 2. And the last one I did, I lost. I'll be honest. It was like a pro boxer guide.
But hold on, let me interrupt you real quick because it don't matter if you won or lost, man.
Yeah.
Kudos, because that's my background. Kudos for getting out there and doing it. Like we spend so much time, I won or I lost, but it takes a lot of balls to get into a cage, lock the cage door, mano a mano, one-on-one, and fight. And, I mean, just doing it, it ain't fucking tennis, man. So good for you.
That's true.
Good for you, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot coming from me, actually. Man, yeah, I don't know. It's true. It's just it's an adrenaline rush. It's like I will say it's like similar to acting as well. It's like when they say go, it's just you're fully there or you're gonna lose, basically, or you're gonna do something. So it's like I don't know. For me, it's maybe it's cathartic or something. I'm just kind of addicted to both of those things. I love mastering myself, my mind, my body, and my spirit, and I think martial arts kind of incorporates that a lot. But with I guess with like power slap, basically I applied. I saw Dana White like tweet about it, and I was just like, man, that would be so funny if I got selected, and I just put in there like active duty U.S. Air Force member. I am amateur mixed martial artist, and I have some acting, as a background. And I didn't hear back for about 8 months. They called me in. And if I'm being honest, I was like executing out on it's a cyber mission. It's not a big deal, right? I mean, it kind of is, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not getting shot at or anything. So,
Yeah.
it's much safer. But anyway, so I got like a text, and it was similar to acting because if you've ever done acting or anything like that, it's like sometimes you get this weird text, and they're like, hey, are you still interested in this? And you're like, is this real? Someone trying to like fish me right now or something, like get my information. So anyway, I followed up. Turned out, they're like, yeah, go get an MRI, go, get your blood drawn and stuff. And I was like, all right, this would be kind of weird. I guess I could steal my kidneys, is what I was thinking in the back of my mind. Right? I was like, show up to Vegas, get my kidneys stolen. But anyway, I showed up, and then they were like, if you do well, we'll sign a contract for you. But it was kind of like Power Slap 1, they were trying to get the camera set up and everything. And I think maybe putting in that I had stand-in work might have like gave me the edge a little bit on that. Because it's like, all right, we got mixed martial arts guys. We got a couple of guys that do acting and stuff like that too. But it was like, that I had done quite a bit of stand-in work. So it was kind of like you really need to understand the angles and everything like that. And there's that little bit of an entertainment vibe going on. So I brought that, and I did well. I didn't think I would do well, I'll be honest. I just thought it would be a cool gag reel, and then it would get, like, I'd get to be in front of Dana White. Maybe we'll, like Michael Bisping, somebody, right? And then turns out they're both there. They're doing the announcements and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, so that's how I got into it.
So how does it feel? Like, how does it feel to do that, though?
I mean, I could show you right now. Right?
Let's go.
No, I mean, shit. Have you ever been slapped? I think slap sometimes is worse than a punch.
Yeah, it's more disrespectful.
Of course, it's very disrespectful.
And it get you angry. It's just like,
but they have to go like this too. Like, it's coming. You're used to putting your hands up, and you got to
get your mouthpiece in.
Yeah, that's crazy. You have to take it.
Because the ones I've seen, they've actually gotten like knocked out, hands stiff in the air.
Have you been knocked out?
I had a TKO. I got back up, but they, it was like a medical.
Yeah.
Like he was like, no, you're not good. So
how was it? Because you have a mixed martial art background, and you're used to putting your hands up. How was it just having to put your hands down and not, like, was it hard not to be like,
Did
boom?
you flinch like they do the penalty for
because they can't flinch, huh?
Yeah,
you penalized, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I just put on a 1,000-yard stare. I think the hardest thing was I pivoted like hardcore the first time I slapped a guy, and it's just so natural, right? Like, especially if you're. I mean, the motion in and of itself, it's like you want to generate power that way. So you can still move your hips. So I tend to do that now.
Yeah, what is the rule on that's what I'm because all the power comes from the hip.
Right.
Are you allowed to twist your bottom foot like you throw a right hand? I mean, are you?
So can't pivot.
So there's a new rule. There's a new rule, and it's like you can barely move it. So if you glide too much, it's a foul. But
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because the pivot is what'll destroy you.
Man, I would really think it'd be great if you did a demonstration on Rico.
On you. You should demonstrate on who's closest to you.
I say the youngest guy in the room. Oh, just kidding.
I'll take you all on. Let's go.
So what's the ultimate goal? Like, so you're young guy, you're doing the power slap, you're getting involved in acting, you're doing MMA. What's the end goal? Like, if you had a pill right now, it could be anything. What would it be?
I mean, I have a 30-year goal in mind, but I'm going to keep that close to the breast. I would like to get into professional acting. I think that was like the first initial thought. And I really love martial arts. I've been doing it since I was really young. Taekwondo, kickboxing, that sort of thing. And,
right.
And so I don't want to throw that to the wayside, but if I had to choose one or the other, I think I would probably, I would love to be in professional films, like inspire people.
You got the bug. I mean, I got to tell you, it's crazy. Have you ever done anything like that?
Yeah.
When you go out there and the way you're treated, especially if you got your SAG card or whatever, and just the whole vibe it's crazy, man, and it's addicting, right?
It is.
Yeah. Highly competitive, a lot of craziness. But why don't you give us a crazy story about maybe an audition you went on and some of the bullshit you've had to deal with. And by the way, I want to say kudos to you. You flew in from Vegas, right?
Yeah.
To Los Angeles and drove 2.5 hours to get out here, which is great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's
no, because we have people. We have girls coming on the 7:00 show that can't 20 minutes away and can't even get here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so good for you. But give us a crazy story.
All right, I'm trying to be. You got to be careful with these. Like trying to get into the industry. But all right, I have this is a hilarious story. I was doing some stand-in work, and Jensen Ackles, who's one of the Supernatural guys, was directing the episode of Walker that I was on. I was standing in for. I think it was like the son. Maybe his name's August is the character or something like that. Augie maybe. And anyway, so we're sitting at this like bar table. And they're supposed to be eating breakfast, and they're like, "You can eat as much as you want. It's no big deal. We'll bring some more in." And before we could even I pick up the silverware, and Jensen Ackles like sits behind me, and like you just hear over our little earpiece or whatever. It's like, "Stop what you're doing." And I was just like, "Okay, like what did I do? Like we haven't started shooting it. I thought we could eat some breakfast." And somebody comes. And they take all the bacon off of our plates, and they take off like bacon from everybody else's plates, and they put it all on Jensen Ackles' plates, and he's just eating bacon the whole time were like going over the scene, and I just thought it was like the funniest thing in the world. So that was kind
Wow. So he likes bacon.
I guess so. I don't know.
He was trying to punk everybody. It was a bacon check or what?
Yeah, no, I was like, what's
Jacob, you like bacon?
I love bacon.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, hey, what's this about? Like,
know.
what was that? Like, was he trying to check everybody in a sense or what?
I don't know. I was trying.
And he would have kicked him in the head, huh?
I've been through what you've been through, and that's probably, and I got my SAG card, and I did all that, but one reason I didn't pursue it really is because of all the bullshit. Like, people talk down to you a lot, and you go on this and that, and it's not for me, man.
Yeah. I can't see it. I didn't just knock him out.
Yeah, I had a good experience on the last one I did was Glassjaw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was cool, and everybody was great. But again, it's a trip. The whole industry's different.
Did you want to slap some of those guys that you were working with on any of the acting?
He's trying to get up
You're like,
there. You could have worked your way up.
Something right now. I'm about
This guy's throwing me under the bus, man. No, everybody's great. I love working with everybody.
No, you didn't. You want to smack somebody. Everybody wants to do it once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of guys out there, especially if they're they don't know who you are, and I always try to stay humble, because every day is a new day, and like anybody, if you're a fighter, you totally understand. Like everyone's got that, what is it, puncher's luck or
Puncher's chance?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like anybody could knock you out at the end of the day,
Yeah,
right? So you just want to walk around with that humility, like we're all human beings.
Yeah.
Well,
Be cool.
that's really hard to find that in that field, though. A lot of people just have major egos, and it's like it's hard because you're a man, I'm a man. Let's be man to man. Let's have a normal conversation.
Right.
But they want to talk down to you a lot in that field.
I think it's changing a lot since the whole movement started, right? I think people talk a little bit nicer to people, and all that stuff that happened with Ellen and all that, and the other shows. I think now it's a different climate than it used to be. The Harvey Weinsteins and all them, they're done,
Yeah.
So I think it's different.
What are you pursuing right now? Is there any job you're trying to pursue in acting right now?
Yeah, I landed a role in a film, and I'll be playing. Yeah, I'm like, can I say this? Yeah, I think I can say this. It's a character. His name is Andreas, and I'll be like shadowing the main character. He's like a detective. It's like a mystery thriller. It's called Nikos. So the detective's name is Nikos, and I'll be Andreas. And but yeah, I'm supposed to be like this kid straight out of university, like trying to become a
that's great.
a detective.
What network is this going to be on?
Honestly, I don't know all the full details yet. I just got signed on, and I was like, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're booking jobs. Huh?
Yeah, that's
Well, sometimes they'll book something, and all these new streamers like Netflix, they need content.
Yeah.
So he might film something for a company, and then they haven't shopped it yet or haven't sold it yet to Showtime or Netflix or one of these streamers.
Yeah.
That very well could be the case.
Yeah.
So, and also I'm kind of teetering back and forth. I'm like, I know a little bit of background information, but I think the most I can say is that it's being. I'm super excited because it's going to be filmed in Greece, and I think it's like pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Greece is.
I love
he
Greece.
just got back from Greece.
Yeah, I love
you should hear his party stories. And I was there a while ago. I was there for a month, and whoa.
The girls are different, man. Have fun out there.
I don't even want to. I mean, we start getting into Greece stories, man. I mean, woof.
Yeah,
have you been yet?
Out there.
I have not been to Greece. I've always wanted to go. So
you're gonna
Rico, have you?
No.
Maybe. Hey, do you need somebody to? You need a bodyguard when you're there?
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Rico. Greece is pretty amazing.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. So let's get into a little bit about. You said you do cyber defense.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I work in a cyber protection team, which is underneath the Cyber Operations Squadron, which is underneath the 16th Air Force, which is part of the 67th Cyber Wing, if you're wondering. So it goes up.
So you're active duty now?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on, it's paid vacation, but it's called leave. So
Yeah, leave. Yeah. Yeah, veteran too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Army. Yeah.
Sweet. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yep. So that's great. So what's your rank?
E. I'm just an E4 right now, I'm going to be honest.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I was an E4. That's great.
E4 Mafia. Let's go.
He probably can't tell you all the cyber stuff because they have,
Sure,
they have
you know what I mean?
secret clearances and all this. But yeah, that's great. Where are you stationed?
I'm at JBSA Lackland due to the job type. We have like 3 locations we work at, basically.
Is that in Vegas?
No, it's in San Antonio.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, so.
How cool is that?
How does the military training and everything coincide with the Walker Texas Ranger? Like, as far as like, are you doing anything like as physical or anything with guns and everything in the show?
Oh, in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did get canceled, but I did get to the privilege of, like, we get to do a little bit of firearm stuff, and there were some tactical scenes, and there's this one scene where we, like, kick open the door, like, a million times because we just kept... I don't know why we filmed it so many times.
Yeah.
I was like, it's the same scene. There's nothing different about it.
Your foot was wrong. Your foot wasn't pointing.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, I didn't see... I watched the camera. I was like, there's nothing different about that shot. I don't know what we're going for. But it's like, different hue. Change the lens. Yeah, anyway. But, no, it was great, and I was talking about this with, like, somebody while I was on the plane earlier, and it was like, I got, like, bumped up to, like, a principal role for, like, it was like a higher role, basically, right? Mm-hmm. It was more than a principal. But
yeah.
I was, like, right next to Jared Padalecki. He was the star. He's playing Walker, right? He's the other supernatural guy. And anyway, like, basically, they're, like, building me up. They're like, you're going to be huge in this scene. So I go, and I'm, like, right next to him, and we got, like, the main villain guy, and I'm arresting, like, his henchman, and I, like, sweep his leg out from underneath and, like, put the cuffs on and everything, and I'm just, like, like, looking at him, grilling him and stuff. And then, Jared, like, runs on forward, and, like, the scene continues or whatever, but it was going to be awesome. And I was waiting for it. It's the only time I've ever told my family about it, because, like, it's sort of like an actor's bane to, like, tell anybody, like, oh, this is what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And then they
it's
cut
a curse.
Damn.
You say I got a part, brother. I know guys that have got parts in major movies and got cut out. Like, literally, they edit that scene out.
They talked about it. They talked about it.
Oh, you tell your family, you tell everybody, you're happy as hell. You're in a movie, and then the movie comes out and you're not in it.
Damn.
Yeah, it happened to my brother.
That's disappointing.
Yeah,
That's
it's true.
Yeah.
Or you can get stuff and get unaccredited, all kinds of stuff. So yeah. How were the other cast members too? Were they great? Everybody?
Yeah, I don't think I had one negative, like, main cast member. Honestly, like, genuine, and I'm saying that not let's, like, placate them. Like, I genuinely mean, like, one of the things I loved about the show was just how genuine and kind everybody was. Like, Mitch Pileggi, he was super cool to me multiple times. We got to chill, and then Coby Bell, I don't know if you guys know him. He's hilarious, and so there was plenty of times where he helped me out, and then also just, like, it was just, like, cracking jokes, and, like, the guy can freestyle too, so he would just, like, randomly freestyle out of nowhere in the background. You're, like, trying to focus and get in. Anyway, yes, it's great, man.
That's cool. So you have studying and everything for acting. I mean, you have a good memory and reading lines and things like that. So you're good at all that, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, like, if you ask me to memorize, like, I've had somebody do this test to me before, right? And I'm like, look, if you put it in front of me today, I'm probably not going to memorize it, but it's just like martial arts. Like, it's just repetition. So you're reading the script, and I think you could probably add to this, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like when the camera rolls, it's something completely different most of the time, but it's just how much you've practiced it, and you got to, like, listen to the other person and stuff like that. But it's something new always comes about when you're kind of delivering.
Yeah, you just got to flow. Like, it's a flow state, no different than anything that whether it's security work, police, or whatever. You get into this state where you just flow, and that's when you know your craft. Like fighting, like if you really know what you're doing, you get into this flow state. So yeah, that's why the best are the best.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, they let us. I got to improvise a lot.
Really?
Because I played a ring announcer or color commentator for the fights.
That's awesome.
And I color commentated for fights for real. So it was just watching what they were doing in the ring and commentating on it. It was easy. Yeah.
It would be cool if you did, like, a little scene for us, like one of your acting scenes.
Oh, God.
Put him on the spot.
Well, yeah, let's do a power slap scene.
No, with him.
Yeah,
though.
let's go.
You a trained fighter. She's not
Hey, I don't want to get smacked.
you trained though.
Yeah. I think we should do one on Rico.
I brought my mouthpiece. I mean, do you guys have a mouthpiece?
Jigga, I think he has his stuff.
I don't got mine on me, man.
Damn, it's hot in here.
I have to the door's shut now. And
My mixtape is dropped.
But yeah, if you have something that you memorized already, maybe do a little scene. I know, I don't want to put you on the spot. You know what I mean? But if you want to, I think it'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. God, the only one that's coming to mind, like, because I'm on the spot here, it's like this Irish. I was supposed to play this Irish police officer, and I'm like, no, I can't do that accent right now.
Just give it a shot.
Give it a shot, dude.
Just say.
I'll
tell you right. Here's the line. Here's the line.
Okay.
What the hell do you think you're doing, lad? Right? Wait, what the hell do you think you're doing, lad? Get over here now. All right, here we go. Ready? Action.
Boy, what do you think you're doing, Lloyd? Get over here now.
All right. Was it not bad, right?
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all.
On the spot?
I like how he got his eyes got into it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, doing an Irish accent's not easy, bro.
Yeah, no, it was pretty terrible. I'm sorry.
Listen, what about...
He's really good at doing girl accents.
Oh, yeah? Oh, shit.
No, he meant getting girls.
So let me ask you a question.
He's all,
Rico, can you
hey.
take a shot at a little acting scene?
Not today. I have to talk to my agent. if I can get things
My
clear.
publicist,
Yeah,
yes.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The business side of it sucks.
Brew me Killian's Red, would ya? Yeah, that's not easy, man.
Hey, we got to do a shout out to Steve too. How do you say Steve's last name again? Steve, you're the PR.
Oh God, it's Cuco.
Kyoko.
Cueco.
Okay.
Yep.
Shout out Steve.
Steve's
Appreciate if you're watching. Appreciate you having him come on and yeah, that was cool, man. That was cool.
How many
of him.
seasons of Walker was there? Like four?
Four.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you on all the seasons or?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do like I wasn't credited roles for all of them, but I did make it out there. You know, whether I was a stand-in or an extra for all of them, just because I don't know. It's kind of like a pet project, and I am active duty, so it's like it's hard to be like ready to go for some of those roles, but they were like, hey, we got some extra roles in case you want to come out here. We have stand-in, so yeah.
That's important. Like this is a good segue to what we talk about in entrepreneurship and everything, paying your dues. So you're paying your dues. You're in the military full time. You're doing the slap thing. You're training MMA. I saw your knuckles are all cut up. You better start wrapping your hands. You're young, man. You got to start wrapping your hands now. But I observe everything. But yeah, so you're paying your dues. I think we should have a little bit of moment of like being a little bit vulnerable, maybe transparent. Tell the viewers a little bit about what it's like to go on the audition process, pay your dues, and you know you want that role so badly, and you might be a stand-in for the day or an extra, and you keep grinding. What keeps you motivated, and how do you handle the rejection?
Oh man, that's a phenomenal question because, I mean, that's it, right? Like a majority of it is absolute rejection, and sometimes I think the worst thing to happen is, like we talked about, it was like you can get a callback, and then it looks like everything is good, and then you can get ghosted, and that's like the worst feeling in the world because you're like, what did I do? Like, what did I do? And it's not personal, but it feels personal, right? Because you get all this great conversation going with the casting director, and then maybe you're talking to the producer or whatever else, you know, and it's just like, I'm a part of this. And then just nothing. And
you have no answer. And isn't it like going on a date with a pretty girl that you met and you think everything went fucking perfect? Pardon my French. I'm supposed to stop cussing. You think everything went perfect and she doesn't call. And you're you're looking in the mirror like, what's wrong with me? What happened? So the same process happens when you're an actor, right? 100%. And you're wondering what goes on. Have you ever got feedback?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had some brutal feedback to be honest. So it's just like I had a director one time just tell me basically like he did everything because I really try, you know, I don't know, like there's every part of your body that you can use in a scene, but it's a lot about stillness and whatever else, you know, but just kind of like that pause and like natural listen or whatever you're trying. And like one time I bit my lip like right beforehand, just kind of like nervous, like thinking, you know, it's just a natural thing I do anyway. So, but I was just like, oh, I'm gonna add this in. It's just, and I'm not going to use the expletive he used because I'm not the appropriate race to use. But he's like, "You look like a bleep bleep," and I was just like, can you say that?" Like,
wow.
And I was just like, "All right, what do you want me to do differently?" He like completely directed me at that point and kind of roasted me a little bit. But yeah, that was the worst one I've ever had. So, and I try to be a little bit more cautious about you know, facial expressions especially. So.
Wow.
You have a fan on here. We got someone in the chat that says someone named Chloe. Shout out to Chloe.
Chloe.
Denim jacket, kind of cute.
Whoa, Chloe! What about the black jacket I had on? Hold on a minute.
You had a fan watching right here, so I just wanted to do that shout out.
Yeah, so you just keep pushing, right?
Yep.
And the criticism, because we all face criticism all the time. I mean, we're on a podcast too, and you got people that write in and people that write in on the podcast or say this or that, right? But for us, for me, I'm still going out to my brand new vet that's in the parking lot. I don't give a fuck what you say. You know what I mean? And I got my little dog here, and I'm hanging out with my boys, and life is good. So, what do you do in the morning? Like, what do you do to as an up and coming actor? What do you do every morning to really prep yourself and stay motivated?
That's a good question, because getting rejected that much from jobs, because it's like it in a sense it is kind of personal, even though it's not, because you're the person putting yourself in. So what do you do to stay motivated,
especially when it becomes your livelihood?
Yeah, what do you do to stay motivated and keep going? Like, what do you tell yourself mentally?
I don't know. Like, I guess I just think about. I don't know. I always go back to, like, okay, I'm going to die one day, and I don't want to say that death is my only motivator, because I do, like I said earlier, I have this 30-year goal that I'm trying to achieve, and I think some of this can really help with that. But, like, I think that really puts us in check, right? Like, we only have a limited, finite amount of time on this planet, and I always think back to myself, like, all right, one day I'm going to be super old, and hopefully I'm still going to be buff, and I'm probably going to be taking, peptides and whatever else to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest, like, when I'm much older, But yeah, I don't want to ever look back and be like, man, I meet and shake hands and do whatever else. It's like,
absolutely,
it's just a blessing. And like, there are a lot of people that wish they could be here. And at halftime, I'm like, I don't know how I made it here. Like, I don't know how I made it on the power slap. I don't know how I got accepted in the military in the position that I got into. Because that takes a whole lot of processes. It's just every step. It's just like, okay, I just want to build this up into something.
It's all who you know, right?
Yeah.
And now you're such a good dude. Like Robert Arevelo's coming on here. He's a director, good friend of mine for 20 years. I'm going to introduce you to him.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
There's
Robert's coming on next month.
Dude, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Mexican bloodbath and all that crazy stuff that guy does.
And another thing you can think of, too, when these guys are kind of acting like that, you know what? You can be like, you know what? I can smack the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Low key, in my head, I can smack the shit out of you right now.
I'd be like,
physically dominate you.
check out the hand.
That's right. I got big hands.
No, but you truly want to be humble and stay humble and avoid those situations, man, because ultimate power is doing the right thing. It's easy to get in a fight with another person and want to smack somebody out, but staying humble and being kind to people. I mean, that's what I do. I laugh at people sometimes now if I'm out and some drama happens, but I stay humble and show humility, and that's it, man. Life is too short, right? Like you said, you want to have a long career, man. Yeah. So, what's so funny over there?
Alara Claudio said the black jacket kind of cute.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like her. Yeah, that's my girl.
Where's Chloe at?
That's where Dinar.
Oh, okay, yeah. Samantha. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got some people watching, man. We got some people on looking live right now on us, man. Say hi to the fans over here.
Where'd you grow up at? Or where you from?
Ironically, I'm from San Antonio, Texas. So I've been all over, but I've ended back up in the hometown area. So
do a lot of people back home do they support what you do and everything? And do they?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think some of what I do makes sense to them, and then other times it's just kind of fun to not tell anybody what's going on, and then have them pop up and be like, "Bro, I didn't know you were doing this."
I agree. Yeah. Wait till it happens.
Yeah, you don't
and
want
then
jinx it.
Yeah, and then because I understand I was where he was at one point, and you got a lot of haters too. So you tell somebody, you're achieving, you want to be an actor, or you want to do this or that, or you want to be a professional fighter, or whatever, and they look at you like, yeah, whatever. So it's very rare to find a unique and close circle of friends and family that support you. And I say, that's what you need. And if you have haters or people that don't support you in your life, get them out.
I think it's very important to build a strong community around you of supporters.
Yeah.
Because there's so many haters, man.
Knights of the Round Table, right?
Yeah.
We talk about that all the time. I mean, the Round Table was round for a reason, and everybody was equal. That was what King Arthur thought. So you got a good support system. I think you can do anything, man.
Thank you.
So,
do you feel like you have a good support system right now?
I think so. I'm incredibly blessed with the people I have in my life, and some people support me, other people think I'm crazy, and I just, I got my faith, and I mean, worst case scenario, we'll all be dead one day. So
Yeah, but what's really the worst case scenario? I mean, look at you're in the Air Force.
Yeah.
You're doing cybersecurity.
Yeah.
You do power slap for fun. You're training mixed martial arts, and you're on a journey as an actor. I mean, how good is life? Think about that for a
Could be
second.
worse.
pretty great.
Right. I mean, and who do you really have to prove anything to?
The people that think you're crazy are usually the people that aren't actually doing anything extraordinary.
Of course.
They want to do what you're doing.
Yeah, they're
course.
jealous.
They
They're jealous.
Yeah.
And they're usually sticking to a straight profession that they were brainwashed to do. That's usually how things are going.
Yeah.
That's why you just got to not give a damn what people say and just keep rolling. Because I always say this: everything around you in life has been built by somebody. From chain of restaurants to buildings to they're all been created by somebody and built up. So it's to me, it's crazy to think that you can't do that when everything around you has been built up by somebody. It makes no. So when people are like, "Oh, you're crazy to do something like that," dude, do you not see this building right down the street? This company has been built up by somebody.
Yeah.
Like you're wild. You're wild not to think that.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like people thought it was crazy when I was starting this podcast. And now look what it's been coming to.
He's still crazy.
I still am crazy though, low key. But I like that.
Yeah.
I think we're all a little crazy.
We are, but we're trying
You have to be in some way.
But we're real. You know what I mean? Like we're not one of these dudes that claims to be this, and that, and all that. And I think you got to keep it real. And then if you just even look at social media right now, all the pretenders and everything, and we talk privately. I got a big problem with that. But hey, I think social media is getting to a point now. People are really getting exposed, and all that bullshit is it's on its way.
You might as well
people.
tell the truth from the beginning. I mean, be yourself.
You stand in front of a jet,
Be yourself.
a G5. You know what I mean? You sneak into the tarmac. You stand in front of a G5 and take pictures. What do you? What? You own that G5? No.
What's your thoughts on this? Like being being genuine, being real. You seem like you're coming from. You're coming from the. You said Air Force, right?
Yes, sir.
You're coming from the Air Force. I mean, it's like you're already kind of in that where you have to be real.
Where's it gotten you? Where has being real and you being humble gotten you so far?
Honestly, I would hope that this is what it's brought me. I mean, I cannot attribute I'm a skilled person, you know what I mean? And I would say I'm above average in a lot of different areas, but that doesn't mean a whole lot, because you look at some of these really gifted people in life and you're like, wow, I could never touch or come close. And I mean, maybe if I put enough time and effort in, I could get to that. But some people are just incredibly talented, right? So I would like to think that maybe it's allowed me this opportunity even to be here. And I really love that because I just want to, I genuinely care about people, and so that's who I am. I really want the best for people. I genuinely have a servant heart. I just want to see what I can do so that I can help other people do whatever it is that they would like to do,
I like that you're saying, so what is your foundation built off of? This is what we ask a lot of our guests. What do you build your whole foundation? I heard you talk about faith and things like that. So what is your foundation built off of?
I mean, I believe in Jesus Christ, man. He's the truth, the way, and the life, and I believe in the Holy Trinity, and I believe Jesus came, died, rose again, and spoke to people, and then ascended on high and sent the Holy Spirit, and so that's what I think.
I love that, and I love that you just had just said it.
Right? Why not? Too many people try to hide their faith nowadays, right? And it doesn't matter. We all have our own faith, It's don't get me started on that right now. You should saw this text message I got yesterday about Halloween. But anyway, I think you shouldn't be afraid of your faith and what you believe in, and your interpretation might be different than someone else, but that's your.
But the thing is too is I feel like nowadays in the States, I feel like a lot of people are trying to make you feel embarrassed of your faith in Jesus.
Well, it's because of this whole media movement.
Yeah,
right?
cool.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to happen with me. And I heard you talk about faith. I read people. I kept going into that, and I could see. Let me ask them, what's your foundation built off of? And I like that.
Right.
I really love that.
I appreciate it.
I think that a lot of people need to talk about that more, and they need to fight for it, because everybody's trying to shut people down for even bringing that kind of stuff up,
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be talked about. So that's really cool.
Well, and I got to say, I know this is silly because it's just a video that you see sometimes, but I've seen Denzel Washington especially, and then Mark Wahlberg. They're both very expressive about their faith, and I always found that very inspiring to be like, I mean, if they could do it, I could do it,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then he shows his new shoes and all his product placement.
I mean, yeah.
He's not stupid, that's for sure. Yeah.
It's very good at that.
so what's your next move? What's the next move that you're looking to make right now?
Maybe I'm a little too ADD. I'm always doing like 5 things. But
That's good. Same with me.
okay, good. Yeah.
I feel like most business owners are doing that.
He who chases 2 rabbits goes home hungry. That's from Sensei. So you need to focus on one thing, really, man.
Can't serve 2 masters.
No, it's really tough. It's really tough because you think about it. If you have 100% energy force, whatever it might be, and you're putting this energy into one thing and then another thing, then you're not really giving that. Yeah. So you have to kind of focus on one thing and let these other things kind of just happen. You have to.
Put 7:30.
We have any questions? Anybody have any questions out there?
Yeah, just little comments they're saying.
I have a quick question. If you had somebody to play you as a star character in your movie, who would it be to play you?
Oh, that's incredible. Wow, that's a deep question. That's so cool. I'm just gonna go with Ashton Kutcher. I think that would be.
You want Ashton Kutcher to pay you?
Yeah.
So you would want it to be a comp? Well, I've only seen what.
He's
2
dope,
movies
man.
that's been serious, like Butterfly
Dude, he's
Effect.
been in a ton of movies, dude.
But I'm talking about.
show.
No, I'm talking about as far as like
Oh.
comic movies. Like, well, I'm talking about. So you would want your movie to be a comedic movie or a serious movie, action?
He could do both, like the Butterfly Effect.
That was one. That was one.
was
That's
dope,
what-
though.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was pretty good. I think he's a versatile actor. I don't think he gets called to do that too often, but yeah, maybe a little bit comedic, I suppose.
Comedic?
I find the humor in a lot of things, so yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what age did you start acting at actually?
I mean, I guess like what sort of acting do you mean?
No matter what commercials or when did or what did you do or what did you see to be like, you know what, this is what I want to do when I get older.
Well, when I was really young, I just got into theater, and I got into something called Act One, which was kind of a big thing in like the theater realm or whatever when you're going through high school and all that jazz. And I don't know, there was this high school guy that was like a mentor into like a middle school sort of situation. No, it's like I'm Act One, like I'm a mentor. I'm coming, I'm going to give you some direction here. And so I had to go and like read a poem. They had to memorize them. It was pretty lengthy, and I'm not gonna lie, my mother like convinced me to do a completely different poem, and like to this day I still regret it because I like memorized this like really epic poem. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I could, but if I had chosen to do that, I could have continued on with my mentor. But he said if you're not gonna do this anymore, then I'm not gonna mentor you. So I regret that to this day on some level, but I just see it as a lesson. Maybe not regret, but you know what I mean. So, but anyway, that was. Let's say 10 to 12, somewhere in there is when I started.
What do you think about musical theater? You seen Les Mis?
Yeah.
Can we do the opening? Jean Valjean and Javert.
I mean,
you ready? You ready?
No.
I don't
You know
know
what
that
you
one.
need? We need some backing music occasionally for the
Some
right
backing
guest. So we just put the music on and Valjean, and we could just we just have some fun. Of course, we're not drinking, but no, that's great. So, do we have any questions or anything out there for him?
Yeah, no, they're just statements and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I do want, because we are running out of time, but I do want to ask you, okay, a lot of men that come on here, are you happy in life?
I think so. I mean, I find joy in a lot of things, so I don't always find happiness, and I think maybe being a fighter, like, we all have our backgrounds and stuff like that. So I think sometimes that stuff creeps up on me, but I'm so thankful, and I feel like joy is more important to me than happiness. So like
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah, I love that, man. Good answer, man. So, how was your experience on House Over Bass?
Dude, this is so badass. I wish I had got in here sooner.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. It was a good time. Yeah, you're a good guest to have on, dude.
Seriously. Like, look, man. Every time we have somebody that we don't know, we're always a little bit cautious. Again, the fact that you drove 2.5 hours out here and flew in here, and you're a good dude, man, and I could tell by your disposition and your character, I think you're going to be successful, man. And you just keep pushing forward and never change for anyone. Cool?
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we have our slogan. It's called "Shed the Sheep." Shed the sheep. So if we count on 3, we're all gonna look at the camera and say,
Uh-oh.
"Shed the sheep." Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Shed the sheep.
How's over Baz? I'm Jacob Casas.
I'm Rico Savage.
I'm Eddie Millis.
And if you want to just throw your name out real quick
I'm Alan Klingbeil.
and tell people how they can find you.
Oh yeah, the best way to find me is the Kryptonian on, or you can just search my name, Alan Klingbeil, on Instagram, and I'll pop up. That's the best place to find me.
Cool. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, right on. Very nice.
We are out. Peace.
Peace. Let's get some.